Hey, shalom, shalom. All praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing his word in truth and sincerity. It's your brother Chanak coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Wadash. And I'm going to go ahead and do this video. I'm in the car. I wanted to do something earlier, but internet is down in my area the whole day. They said it'll be back on tonight in a couple of hours, so it's almost 6 now. This happened in the morning, so I've been kind of crippled, and then my not my internet, but my wireless uh carrier, their internet is trash. So I'm parked. I'm by the little water. This is a article that the brother sent on the thread. And then I have some videos on YouTube, but it's really no need. I'm not gonna play the video. I'm not gonna play the video because you know copyright, and they probably hit me with a strike because this is a sensitive topic. So of course I'm gonna be speaking, you know, esoterically, if you will, um, speaking in secret to those that understand, and you should be able to get with the gist of what's going on here. Now, what I found ironic here is, um, let's read the article title. This is Meet Mark, and if I didn't say double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, shalom to you brothers pushing this word, you know, um, call all y'all Bashem Shai once again, Bashem Rachak Wadash. The title of this article is Meet Mark. He's one of the few people in the world with a brain-computer interface, which is a BCI, right? What I found interesting about this, um, his name is Mark. you can't make this up, okay? And you already know where we're gonna go if you are in the know. But when I was watching this, and then I went on YouTube and I just started typing in because I was trying to see if this is on YouTube, but it wasn't on YouTube. You got to actually go to the website. So Lord, so I'm gonna put this in the description box so you can check it out. You know. But like I said, I was trying to see if this was on YouTube, but it wasn't on YouTube. Not that I seen, but there's a lot of other videos of, you know, Elon Musk brain chip, and really information from what I seen, videos going back to 9 years ago, um, in which they put chips inside people's brains. And as I was just kind of watching certain videos and seeing the technology advance into what we have now, also seeing on one of the videos, an individual was saying, if they're releasing and letting us see this technology now, just think just think about the technology that they already have. Okay, so like I said, I was meditating on this, and it was just I was just thinking how Esau, he's now putting it out for everybody to see, because this is the agenda of the Heavenly Father. Okay, this is not of E. And you have people on the comment board saying this is the mark that you already know. Okay, but let me go on to this. Let me just it might just be short. Um, the guy that has the brain chip. Okay, his name is Mark. So that's what kind of sparked this lesson. I was like, man, I gotta do something on this. That's a Nomen Omen. Let's look up that a Nomen. The Apostle Gabar goes into that a lot. Nomen. An ancient In ancient Rome, the predictive power of a person's name was captured by the Latin proverb Nomen est Omen, meaning the name is a sign. Woo, look at that. Nomen est Omen, meaning the name is a sign. That's heavy. Okay. Again, your name is your destiny. Okay. You can see that also in the scriptures. A name signifies, what an individual, will be doing down here on earth. Like our Lord Yahweh Shai, he delivers. Okay, Yahweh Shai. He was set up as a deliverer. Joshua as well, which is the same name, Yahweh Shai. Okay, he was also a deliverer to the children of Israel. So you see how like names, they hold a spiritual significance. Okay, in this case, this individual name was Mark. So I'm in Revelation. Let me read it first. Revelation 13:16, and then I want to get the word Mark there as well. Okay, lowercase, right? But if it's the name is a Mark is a uppercase. In this case, we're tying it back to uh, what this word means in the Greek. Okay, Revelation 13:16, and he called of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, M-A-R-K, in their right hand or in their forehead. That word forehead, we'll look up that word too. That's Metapon. This is what you're seeing. Let's go back to that article. This is what you're seeing here. Okay, the Metapon. Let's just fast forward if we can. Yeah, this thing is tripping, so it is what it is. I'm trying to get like a still, but he has a chip in his brain, and he's able to control certain technologies. All right, uh, with the chip in his brain, the BCI, brain computer interface, and this information will this wonder, if you will, is continually being placed in the front of the whole world. Okay, this technology in which you can place a chip inside your brain and be able to do certain things digitally, whether it's move your phone around. I know Elon Musk, he has a, it's not a lot of news on it. Let me just search it. Elon Musk has a phone in the working, the Tesla phone. I'm not mistaken, Tesla phone. And what he wants to do with that is right here. Yep. What he wants to do with that is he wants you to be able to connect. Well, look, they got even a neural link within. You see this? You see that? Like an app that be able to control through the phone. Right? That's really the end game. They want you to be able to. They want you to be able to talk with your neural link via the cell phone and be able to control your cell phone. Okay? It says Tesla phone. So there's a Tesla phone, and people, it's gonna be, a craze. It's gonna probably rival Apple. It's probably gonna take certain market share from Apple, because it's Tesla, right? But you have a lot of different, as far as the brain BCI, you have a lot of companies that are already, I should say, already putting these BCIs in people's brains. Okay, so you have the Tesla phone. You can do more research on that if you want, but what he wants to do with that is he wants you to be able to control the phone via your implant. Okay, also the Tesla robot. You'll be able to control, right? Robot. You'll be able to control the robot, okay, with your mind. Okay, so there's news on that. So there's a lot of dystopian sci-fi information that's coming out in our time that only it's the movies, right? What we see in the movies, but all these things are coming to fruition because that was just their way of preparing you for the future. And these global elites tell you openly that this is what they want to do. Okay, there's a let me hit another script. Let me just get this other scripture where they boast in their hearts desire. Let me see. Yep, Psalms 10. Psalms 10:3. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire. This is them openly telling you what the future is going to be. You shall own nothing and be happy. Carbon credits. You're not going to be able to move around freely without a digital ID. You are going to have to use CBDCs. Everything's going to go digital. They're telling you, you're going to have chips inside your brain. People are going to have chips inside their hands, right? And this is what the scriptures is actually saying. The scriptures already foretold these things. Okay. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, like Elon Musk, right? Which he's just a talking head. He's just a front guy. But he said that if you put the chip inside your brain, the SIP inside your brain, you're gonna have powers. Telepathy. Let's look at the word telepathy. The way he explained it, you'll be able to control things in the digital world. But is that really telepathy? If I spelled that right. Right. And you would somewhat have these powers, but it would be a pseudo power, because the only way for you to use that so-called superpower is you have to put his technology inside your body. But what happens if there's a malfunction in the technology? What is that going to do to your person? What is that going to do to your mind? If you can download things from the internet, that means things can be uploaded, all right, back to that same channel. Telepathy is defined as the communication of impressions of any kind from one mind to another independently of the recognized channels of senses. Meta-analysis, right? That word meta keeps coming up. But basically, you're able to talk to another person, or in this case, a different technology. Okay, communicate. And this is what Mark, let's go back to where he's at. This is what Mark is able to do. Meet Mark. He's one of the few people in the world with a BCI. CNN chief medical correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta watches a brain-computer interface in action and explores the technology that is allowing humans to control computers using only the neural activities in their brains. These are these miracles. These are these pseudo false quasi miracles. All right, that Esau Edom is showing before the whole world. And you have you have two different, I'll say three different people that are dead set against it, like the prophets, the elect. All right, and then you have people that are for the technology, and then you have people that are on the fence. Okay, that say they're not going to take it, just like the whole 3-point jump shot. You right? You had a lot of people that say they ain't gonna do it, but they did it. So it's gonna be the same thing. The way that all these different events, all these different tragic events are gonna lead to people actually bowing down. Okay, and now there's greater technology in which these government powers have more control over the people and can control the people on a whole different level. The tyrants of the new age are able to portray their power, show their power on a different scale. Okay, Nebuchadnezzar could shut down his whole kingdom like Esau Edom shut down the world in 2020. You know, and if everything's on in the digital, so to speak, digital borders, everybody's walking around with a digital ID. Everybody has BCIs or chips inside their body. You have drones, you have satellites detecting everything. You have AI supercomputers that can handle all this data. Okay, so why is he showing all these things? All right, why is this news? Why do we continue to see more information about these technologies? Because let's go back. Let's read Psalms 10 again, and then we'll go back to Revelation 13. Psalms 10 and 3, it says, "For the wicked, which is Esau Edom, boasteth of his heart's desire." Right, his heart's desire is to cause everybody to have everybody to be implanted, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. All right, and when the Lord wakes up, when you read Psalm 73, he's going to despise this image that Esau Edom has set up, all right, in the earth, in which he's going to cause everybody to be subdued under this digital system. That's what's taking place right now, and he's warming up the citizens. He's doing trial runs, mind you. When I went on YouTube, all right, and I looked into it before. They were doing tampering with the brain goes back into the late 1800s. All right, so they were sticking electrical probes. They found out that the brain actually conducts currents. It's like the neurons and stuff like that. All them. Scientific talk, whatever. The different connections. It's like an electrical current. So they're able to take, you know, technology, if you will, that can read and write electrical currents. This is why, when you pick up something, whatever you do with the body, the mind actually does it first. You make the mind do whatever you want to do. So they found a way to read that information. Remember, the brain is a big supercomputer. It's an organic computer. It's a computer that the Most High created, a flesh, you know. And the Most High gave Esau Edom some technology to be able to map the brain. Would you have it's not the Genome Project, if I'm not mistaken. It's something like that. But it's a project to basically map the brain. Map how many neurons. He's doing tests as we speak. First, he tests on animals, and then he tests on humans, and then he has things that he does off the record, and black sites and different, secret, what's called secret places where he hides deep his his counsel. combining man with machine. Why is he so confident in saying that he can do these things? Because he can do these things on certain levels. Okay. Revelation 13 and 16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor. Everybody's going to have to get it. Esau is even going to get it. The elites, they're going to have they chip. Okay, it's rumored that Elon Musk already has, it's just a rumor, that he has a brain chip. Okay. Well, you have the movie the Manchurian Candidate, right? That was about, pretty much, I believe a president. Let's look it up. I haven't watched that movie. I might have to watch that movie again. I think that came out before I came into truth. The man. Let me see something. Right. Okay, that goes back to 1962 film. Okay, and then 2004 they remade it. Let's see what it's about. Years after his squad was ambushed during the Gulf War, Major Ben Marco Denzel Washington finds himself having terrible nightmares. He begins to doubt that his fellow squad mate, Sergeant Raymond Shaw, now a presidential candidate, is a hero he remembered him being. As Marco doubts deepen, Shaw's political power grows when Marco finds a mysterious implant embedded in his back. The memory of what really happened begins to return. So these technologies, they've been showing. This was a remake from 1962. So he's been working. Esau's been working. Now we're in the time in which he's starting to boast and actually show these technologies and that they work. Okay. All right. Free and bond to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Their right hand, dextrose. Let's look at that. And it was like that demon came. That demon came. You know, uh, you already did a video on that. The information everybody already knows. But we're gonna continue to keep, the spirits on us to continue to keep beating that dead horse, because the evidence is overwhelming at this point. Where am I? Okay, I'm looking at. See, we'll look at that word mark as well. Right hand. Okay, dextrose. Okay, in the Greek it says the right hand. The right hand. Uh, let's look up this word dextrose. I don't know if I spelled that right. Let's see. Not sure. Give me a second. Because it can be there's another verse in Revelation where it just says hand. So it's not necessarily speaking about your right hand, but here in America, mainly people are going to receive it in their right hand because that's how everything is set up. In Europe, they're going to receive it mainly in their left hand. And when you go to Sweden, I believe they have it mainly in their left hand. Dexios. Dexios. Okay. It says the right hand. Okay, they even breaking down the word Metapon. Right. It says Dexios from the right side or feminine hand or feminine hand as that which usually takes right hand. Okay. Right. Down here it says the term attains the meaning of what is favorable or honorable, meaning mainly people on the earth are right-handed. That's their power hand. But you got people that are left-handed. But in Europe and different places, China, I think they drive on the other side of the street. They're going to usually take it in their left hand. It basically your favorable hand, your power hand. That's really what it means. But it also means right hand. I know you have what ambidextrous, ambi, right? Right, ambidextrous meaning right-handed on both sides. Meaning, see, there you go. That's heavy. Ambidextrous means right-handed on both sides, meaning your power hand, your favorable hand. It just doesn't mean in your right hand, but most people are right-handed. That's the point. Most people are right-handed. That is their power hand. All right, but if you are ambidextrous, that means you have two right hands. All right, like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, he can beat you left-handed and he can beat you right-handed. Not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can fight both sides, southpaw and orthodox. So dextrose really means your power hand, your favorable hand, right? Coming from the Latin, it's right here. Coming from the Latin word ambidexter, which means right-handed on both sides. See, it didn't say right hand and left hand. I'm just beating that point in because you have somebody. Well, what about you had IUIC, but what if you have it in your left hand? It's not. It's talking about your favorable hand, so it don't matter what hand it goes into. Okay, but usually the people on the earth are going to take it in one of their hands, as the scriptures say. Ambidextrous, describing someone who can use either hand to write, swing a bat, or catch a ball. Okay, so that's all that means. Is really it just means your power hand. All right, dextrose. Okay, in the Greek, you look it up. We just looked it up. You could do more research digging on your. But that's what that means. So you're gonna have this image, this beast system that is being set up right now. We're seeing the digital aspect. The digital aspect is already here, and now it's about to be fully digital, like a China. China is pretty much in the new world order. You know, it's not super official, but it's pretty much official. They're 90-some% cashless. Let's look it up. Percentage, and this is all impromptu. China cashless. There's videos on this. We done video on this. This is 2023, excuse me. July 7, 2023. Let's see. Okay. In 2018, around 80% of all payments in China were done via mobile phone. Look at that. That's 2018. In China, this is from Bangkok Post. Is China 100% cashless? In China, the proportion of total amount of money in circulation in the form of cash has dropped to 3.7 and is continuing to fall. People are using cash much less today than they were 10, 20 years ago, right? Because China is being brought into that system. Okay, let's look at this. So if that's 3 point some percent, 3.7%, that means China is pretty much what 90 96.3% cashless. That's damn near 100%. So that's all we need on there. You can look at more on your own. And remember, the guy who got the brain implant, his name was Mark. Okay. No, Nomen is what? Omen is Nomen. If I pronounce that right, Nomen ist Omen. And I know ist I uh isn't that German ist? If I'm not how to say it is in German ist. I could be wrong, but I believe that is how to say is. I'm just there. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Ist. I know a little German. Okay, just a little. Look at that. Ist. Remember German, Spanish, uh, uh, Portuguese to some. Yeah, even Portuguese. It's all part of the Romance languages. Italian, right? They have a lot of Latin influence. Pretty much like 50% Latin. The other percent is what's it called? I forget. I used to know. Okay, but there you go. Ist, because it all goes back to the Latin. It's just a different pronunciation. See what I'm saying? Which proves that those are those same individuals. Okay, the Edomites. Let's go back. We doing a lot of jumping, doing this, but we on the fly. There's lessons within lessons. See what I'm saying? And just to prove the point, this just takes a little bit of understanding and some Googling. The information is there. So we're back in Revelation 13:16. Let's go to the word. I'm not going to go to the word forehead. No, we need to go to the word forehead. Metapon. Okay, that's the word metapon in the Greek. The space between the eyes, the forehead. And this is what Mark had. Okay. He had it in his metapon. He had a BCI. It's coming. And you know what? Also, this is going to um, justify the Lord's prophets. Okay, it's going to show you. Then you should know that there was a prophet among you. You're going to know that there was a prophet, that we were the prophets. Okay, when that time comes, that those chipping stations come, and they're pushing this thing hard, man. It's like every other week or every week, really. They're speaking especially heavy upon the brain chips, and he is going to be successful to some extent, according to prophecy's sake. This is what John the Revelator saw. Okay, so metapon, the space between the forehead, which is the brain. Okay, and then let me get this word mark, and then we'll just wrap it up. We go into it all the time. That word there is charagma. And you got more and more people breaking this precept down, and also understanding that technology is the MOTV. They don't have the full understanding, but they can see somewhat. Right? That word mark, and his name was Mark again. Charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark. Okay, of the mark stamped on the forehead, which is metapon, or the right hand, your power hand, dextros, as the badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah. Right? In Esau Edom, he fulfills he's the anti-Messiah. The system that's set up is an anti-Messiah system, and there's many anti-Messiahs. But this is the image that he has set up, and he's going to basically solidify, or you could say, um, by placing a BCI or a biochip inside you, a subdermal or subcranial device, which solidifies your place in his agenda, or your place in his new to the world, to the order. You're branded as his follower. Thing carved, sculptured, graven work, right? And then you got to go into this word here, the root karax, a pale or stake or palisade, right? Which this was John. This is what John saw. He saw the needle. He saw the needle going into people's bodies and placing that stigma. He saw the karax, right? He saw the palisade, which is the needle. Just like you people, you warmed up to needles. All you people went ahead and got them needles. Okay, we told family not to do it. My mother, she passed, but she was kind of sickly before, but shit, she was hanging on for years. She been right. The video cut out, so I'm just gonna continue, and just pick up where I started, where I left off. So I was speaking about that palisade. John saw. He saw that. He saw the brain chip interface. He saw people getting that. He also saw the subdermal devices that people put under the skin. He saw it in Europe, but he mainly saw it here in America, people getting it. And then he saw the judgment. Let's just read the judgment and we'll just get out of here. Revelation 4. And you got a lot of deniers, and that's okay. That's fine. That's part of the story. That doesn't bother us, because the scriptures say at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right, and countless articles, countless videos that prove what we're saying. Okay, Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and its image, all right, because you worshiping the beast and its image, meaning you're in his military, which if you in his military, you got to take it. You in his medical field, all right, some of you women, some of you men that work in Esau Edom's his medical industry, you were able to kind of wiggle past the juicy fruit. But this time you ain't gonna be able to wiggle past it. And if you want to keep your job, right, he's gonna threaten you with taking it. He ain't gonna tie you down and take it. He's gonna threaten you with taking it, right? Because you are part of his system. You're part of this image. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. See, it says hand. It didn't say right hand. So let's look at that word hand. It's gonna be the same word. The word for forehead is metapon. Okay, and that word for hand is a little different. Let me see. Okay, so that's a different, perhaps from the base of, let's see. Okay, so that's a different word there, but it's really the same thing. If you receive it in your forehead or in your hand, okay. It says the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, because they're gonna really push this here in America. You're gonna have to get this here in America. Other parts of the earth, yeah, but mainly here in America. That's where the judgment is going to go down. All right, so I'm gonna close it there until next time. Shalom to the elect.